launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Tyler Shore, here to also try the teleprompter. Today's Thursday, February 24th, 2022, and let's find out what's going on in that world of bodybuilding and fitness. Today's Thursday, which means we're about 10 days away from the Arnold, if my math is right. But we're pausing our Arnold Classic conversations for the moment because Hottie Shupen just entered the chat. Hadi posted this video of himself running through some of the mandatory poses a few days ago, which makes this his first official physique update of the 2022 season. Now, to be completely honest, I don't know if there's a whole lot to take away from this other than the fact that he's clearly trying to add a few more pounds of quality size right now, because it's one of the rare times that we've ever seen him look quote-unquote soft. Way back at the tail end of 2021, the People's Champ went on a record to say he was ready to do whatever it took to bring home the Olympia title this year. So if this is just a phase one, you can guarantee that whatever comes next will be even more impressive. In certain team sports, you will hear people talk about athletes going into a sophomore slump if they don't come right out of the gate and light the road on fire like they did during their rookie season. But bodybuilding isn't a team sport, as you know, and Martin Fitzwater isn't your average sophomore, which means the odds of him taking a step back this year are basically slim to none. Even though it feels cliche to say that he's been a man on a mission so far this off-season, the description fits because he has the vibe of someone who's completely obsessed with taking his bodybuilding career to the next level. If you watch his content, you can't help but get the feeling that he's always the hardest working man in the room. And anytime someone can have that sort of singular focus, 9 times out of 10, it ends with them hitting the target. Speaking of singular focus, if you're Keone Pearson and Marvin Fitzwater is your #1 training partner, it's kind of hard not to keep your eye on the prize, you know what I mean? When you consider where the classic physique division is right now and how hard it's going to be for Keone to keep creeping back into that top 5 group, you'd figure having someone like Martin to push him in the gym every day is worth its weight in gold. Because it's going to take all he's got and then some to push past the Breon Ansleys and Terrence Ruffins of the world. But if he can keep his foot on the gas pedal and put together a look that we haven't seen before, that extra push that he got during all those dog days will have seemed well worth the struggle. Look, I know it's only February, but our writer's a Jeremy Buendia fan, and I like what I'm seeing right now, because we cut to the picture in post. The 4-time men's physique Olympia champ looks like he's starting to regain some of the form he had back when he was at the peak of his powers a few years ago. And even though he hasn't come out and said anything about competing again this year, based on where he is right now, it definitely feels like the foundation's there. Now, hypothetically, if he did decide to do the Olympia this year, the one thing that people should keep in mind is that he isn't just competing against more competitive groups of athletes. He's also competing against the image that people have had of him in their heads from when he was at his best. And to a certain extent, that might be even harder than bumping elbows with whoever he's on stage with. But like I said, it's still only February, and we've got a long season ahead. So if he does need to be factored into equation at some point down the road, Mr. G, bad. We'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Tyler Shore, usually behind the scenes, and I'll stay there most likely from this point on. This felt weird. Have a great day.